we're now going to take a look at sequences. We can use sequences to automatically generate sequential numbers for us, and it's a bit of a pain to describe, so I'm going to show instead. We're reading here a load of orders, and we're going to then write out really the same data that we're reading in, except we're going to add to each record an sequentially incremented counter or number. So what I'm going to do is to define a sequence. So we're going to do create sequence, and we're going to give this a name. So we'll call this order counter. We're going to start that at number 1, and we're going to increment it by 1 each time. We'll just put in a 0 for here. You can read on the wiki more about these parameters. And we can store the counter value in a file, and typically we will store that in the sec folder here. Let's give it a name, order counter.sec. Okay, we can click finish, and that sequence is now ready to use. We'll see that's been added in here. What I'm doing is I'm going to read in, as I said, the orders, and if we come into metadata, I've already got the input order format ready to use. So let's create an edge, and we'll assign I orders to that edge. Now, as far as the output's concerned, we can't actually use the same one because we want to add the counter field. So what we're going to do is to just duplicate this. So we're going to copy it and paste it, and let's go and edit this. So we're going to add our extra field here. So we're going to, let me just bring this into our field of view a little bit better. So add an extra field, call it, let's call it order counter, and that's going to be of type long, just in case it gets to be a very large number. And we're going to call the record here O orders, output order format, and let's put that up to the front where you'd normally expect to find it. Okay, we can ignore these errors because we're not going to read in any more files. This is going to be used as an output format. So I'm now just going to again bring it up and then press OK. Right, let's assign this to our edge here, and select the O orders. Okay, so the missing link here is just to add the sequence counter field. So I'm going to bring up the reformat component, and I'm going to go in here to the mapping. Let's try and get this into view. Right, so let's press the auto rules button, and that will automatically map any fields that it can with identical names. So we've got 4 already mapped. Now we come down here to do the sequence field. So we're going to click here on sequences. There's the order counter thing. I just drag that up into the transformation area. The hollow circle means it hasn't yet been mapped to an output field, so we're going to put that right now by dragging order counter in. And now you can see if I sort of click on away and back, you can see that's mapping to here, which is mapping to here. So we've now set it up. Let's go and save that. Let's put a debug on here too and run it. Okay, that's successfully run. So let's take a look at the output. And there you can see our order counter field has been populated. Now if we run it again, which we'll do now, and if we go and look at the output this time, you'll notice that it's started counting at 830 and has counted onwards from that point. So that sequence counter is being stored in that file that we created, so that it's the counter value is retained, it persists. So I hope that illustrates the concept of sequences well. As I said, take a look in the wiki if you need to for more information.